Some people suck at dating, so this is dating 101. Avoid overthinking. You give people power of your subconscious mind when you sit around fantasizing about shit that hasn't happened yet. Too often people are traumatized and heartbroken by people who never intended to have that effect on them, who haven't even done anything to earn that type of real estate in their minds. They did it. They gave them that power. They gave their hearts away, not through tons of dates and a lot of conversations and a bunch of connecting and non-sexual time spent. They gave their hearts away through their imagination. You have to keep your mind in check when you're talking to a new prospect, because you're still trying to figure out if they're good enough for you. You're still trying to figure out if you two are compatible. You have to stop overthinking. Get out of your head if this is a problem for you, because it causes you the turmoil and the trauma and the heartbreak that you're receiving from dating. I meet way too many people who stopped dating for 5, 10, or 20 years even because it was too hard, it was too traumatic. When really all they had to do was get control of their minds, occupy themselves, right? People always say, well, keep yourself busy. I like to say, keep yourself occupied or preoccupied. When you're passionate about something, when you're obsessed with something else, something that's involving your growth, when you're studying something or learning something new, anything at all that requires a lot of time and mind space, you're occupied. You're too preoccupied to give someone, especially a random stranger, a bunch of purchase and a bunch of land in your mind. If you're a person who has a problem overthinking, fantasizing, and creating whole relationships and then being heartbroken when you break up with those people, because in your mind, the brain doesn't know the difference between things imagined and things experienced. It just knows what feeling corresponds with the thoughts that it has, right? So you are actually mourning real relationships, or you're mourning as if a real relationship has happened because you haven't gotten control of your mind, because you've spent so much time overthinking that when a prospect doesn't work out, it does feel like a breakup to you. You are heartbroken. You do feel like you've been left and abandoned by partners who owed you the world and gave you nothing, who you gave so much to and received nothing back from, when in reality, that was all in your head. I don't mean to discredit or undermine your trauma, but much of what we experience as it pertains to disappointment and rejection is all us. Many times people haven't made a promise to you at all. You've created that promise in your heart by imagining yourself in different situations, by daydreaming about being in a relationship 4 or 5 years down the road, by having faux arguments in your mind and creating faux solutions, making love 1,000 times in your mind. The overthinker is their own worst enemy, and they're their own heartbreaker at the end of the day. So be very careful about the real estate and the space in your mind that you give any prospect that you don't know, who's unproven, who you haven't vetted thoroughly. Only give people space in your heart when it's clear that they're giving you space in theirs and they're requesting that space in your life. We often want people to respect our mind, but we don't respect our own. And we give it to whomever shows us the slightest little bit of attention. We have to stop this.